And I'm live. That is pretty cool. Today is 30th of March 2026, Monday, and let's analyze some problems. Yep, here are some problems which I have not analyzed, and I would like to analyze, like the problems that I have not been able to solve. Import list. Shit, I do not have a list. I would like to import. And there was this problem. Cherry tree. I would like to add this also to review. Yep. And remove this from here. Cool. Sum of digits. Yep. This is the problem that I want to solve. And this problem is pretty cool here. Sum of digits, and again in this we have, for a positive strictly greater than 0 integer x, the string sx is formed by the following process. Initially the string is empty, then the decimal representation of the number x without leading zeros is appended to it on to the string on the right. After that, if 9 is smaller than equal if x is smaller than equal to 9, that is if x is a single digit number, then the process ends. Otherwise, x is replaced by the sum of the digits of x, and the process returns to step 2. So like this. Okay. So for s75, we first add 75 in the string. Then we take the sum of 7 and 5, which is 12. We add 12, and then we take the sum of 12, not 12 but 1 and 2, which is 3, and we add it. And 3 is a single digit number, so cool. We are done after that. But here our question is how question is you are given s, we are given s, and we have to give what the correct x could have been. Removing characters. Oh, okay. Your task is to rearrange the characters in the string so that. Okay, shit. That is not our task. We do not have to find x. Our task is to find out. Like we have a string like this, and our task is to rearrange the characters in this string so that it is a possible output of some x being given to the function s. Yep. Okay, cool. And there is never a position when the answer is not possible. And I have no idea what to do in this. Like legit. Here in CPP, boilerplate, string s, taken s, but what to do with s is I don't shit. Podium, toggle, good. Podium is disabled. Okay, but what to do with this s? How do we even figure out what to do? When I was originally solving this problem, I did spend time on analyzing like what are the things that are given to us, what we want to do. Let's spend some time more before actually just switching on to seeing the tutorial. Let's see. So we have a string s. Let's take for example 12753. If we have a string like this, the correct output for this would be 75123, where this was our original number, then 12, and then 3. We had 75. This is our output. We had 75, which we added to our string. Then we got 12 after adding 7 and 5, that is 12. And then by adding 1 and 2, we got 3, which we added to the string. We just have to rearrange the characters in this. Shit. Mm, depending on the length, maybe we can do something. Here our original is string is 6 4, our original x is 644, so we add 644 to our string, and then we sum up the digits. 6 plus 4 plus 4, which is 14. 6442 is our original thing, so we add plus 2 and we get 16. Cool. And then we add 1 and 6 and we get 7. Cool. And there could be multiple answers. If our problem is a single digit, if if this is string s has a single digit, then that is the answer. There is no way to rearrange a single digit thing. But if s has two digits, then it is not possible for s to have two digits. It is not possible for s to have two digits, because how do we get to two digit s? It is not possible, because how the question is laid. uh, because we do know that the last digit is going to be the final value of x, so this higher value digit in s at this point, that would have to be a single digit value. But if we already had a single digit value, we wouldn't add that thing twice here. So the next smallest s we could have is a three digit number, and if it is a three digit number that we have, then we could have like 1 2 3, where the sum of 1 and 2 equals 3. We can write this as legit 1 2 3. Mm, in case of a 3, but this could also be a 4 digit or at maximum 9 digit number, where we could have 9 at the end and then like 9 ones here, giving us a 10 digit s original string. And to add this is the problem. Hmm, s equals some number. Hmm. And we do know that there could be multiple answers, in which case anyone would be okay to write. If we have 1 0 1 2, this is okay. I guess we can just put this 0 anywhere, apart at the ends, just not at the ends. We But yes, no, we cannot put this 0 anywhere, because there would be digit a number whose digits sum up to this thing. So there is a difference between 101 and 110. Yep, just saying. 80% of the RAM is being used. Two node processes are running somehow. Okay, there is just a random node process running. Okay, in CPP. Ooh. We are always adding numbers with each other. For this 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. We are always adding numbers with each other. Okay, and if I have this, and I add that thing to this. Shit. Okay, shit. This is 3. Like the sum of this number, the sum of the digits of this number, 3 is 3 because it is 3, and the sum of the digits of this number is going to be the last number because that is why we put it at the next position. And then before that, the sum of digits of this is 12, which we put here. So okay, and if there was some other number whose sum of digits was 75, let's say some random number x whose sum of digits was 75, we would put that number here. We put 75 there. What does this mean? This means when we sum up the digits in the string s, when we should I think I'm at the right place. When we sum up the digits of this string s, if we divide up s into parts, let's say x1, x2, x3, x4, let's say being the last one, and here there is a function s, it takes in some number x and gives us the sum of the digits. Cool. We do know that s x1 equals x2, right? And then s x2 equals x3, and then s x3 equals x4. And if you were to call this s function on this on this whole thing, we would get s, wait, if you call s on s, then we would get s x1 plus s x2 plus s x3 plus s x4. Okay, we can write x2 as, let's just do Let's start writing them in some other way. Sx1 plus Sx2 plus Sx3 is just x4, and the last number is also x4 because it is a single digit number. Cool. And S equals x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus 2 into x4. Now, yes, this is right. This is what we are getting. If we are splitting our string s into multiple parts, then we are getting the sum of the last number twice, and we are not getting the first number. Right, and okay, then what? We do know possible values for x4. There are at max 9 possible values. 9 possible values for x4 that we could have from 1 to 9, right? So we can go through all of them, and what will we get? We will get nothing. We can go through all of the x4 values from 1 to 9, but x2 to x3, x2 to x3, how do we get x2 to x3? What would a right value of x4 look like? What would a correct value of x4 look like? In case of 75, 12, and 3, when we take sum of this all the digits in this, you would get 12 plus 3 plus 3, 6, 18. And for the final value, we have 5 possible values: 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the possible values, possible end values we could have. So if we try with 1, we multiply 1 by 2 and we get 16. 16 is what we get. And essentially, we do know that the digit before this was a 2-digit number for a fact. And there is also the fact what could be the minimum number of values we could have. One could be the last value, and the smallest 2-digit number that whose digits add up to 1 is 10, is 1 0, yes. And the smallest 2-digit number whose digits add up to 10 is 19. Then the smallest, can we have a 2-digit number which sums up to 19? Yes. Shit, no. We need 199. 199. That is 4. And now 9, we need 180, 10, 9. We will have a very big number, like with more than 10 digits or around that point. And then at max we can have 6 numbers. In our whole S string we can have at max 6 numbers, and summing up those numbers does something. Okay, we can find the sum of all the rest of the numbers except the first number. Mm, but we need to find these numbers individually, not their sum. And, and for the last one, this one x4, there are 9 different possible values, 1 to 9. And for this one, for each, let's say there are 100 different values for this one, and 9, like 1000 possibilities. 10 power 3, we are already at 10 power 3. And then for this, yep, if the answer has to do something with summing up the digits. 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. Summing up the digits, we get 18. And possibly we have a string like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and we have 18. Let's say if 1 was possibly the final digit, then 1 into 2, 17. Yep, the sum of the other. Right, like we did with this. Shit. Maybe we can have multiple equations. This equals x4 sx4 plus sx3 plus sx2 plus x1. Yeah, good. This sx4 plus sx3, and we can write sx2 as x1 and x1 plus x1 2x1. This is one possible equation. This is one possible equation. Another one would be sx2 plus x1, which rewrite this to x2. But what that does not do anything. A number plus the sum of its digits. Is here we have x2 plus the sum of its digits. Does that do anything special which you can use? Shit. The stream is going okay. Okay, my internet went out for a while. Okay, but now it is fine. Cool. Shit. Sx4, sx3, x2, x1. You are gonna string s of digits. Let's see for something like this. If we sum up the digits, sum of all the digits would be 10 plus 10, 20, 30. Sum of the digits is 30. And what does that tell us? And the possible end digits are 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. These could be the possible end digits. Okay, and from this formula, from s, when we remove this, we get the sum. And also we do know that the first number can be placed in this first number. We can put anything anywhere and it is like completely fine, no problem. Can you put 1 here? 6, 4, 4, 1. That would sum up to 15, which is not here. Yep. Shit. Hello. But you stop giving contests. I want to start. I got into development. Yes, I was improving my development, but now I again want to be very, very good at competitive programming. So I'm practicing again, and on I will be giving the April Fool's contest. This is cool. And Shit, your name is in Hindi. It's crazy. Okay, we have already spent 30 minutes on this. Let's read a little bit of the tutorial. It's fine. It is not cheating. It is fine. Completely fine. Alternating paths. And yep, this will be the problem that we do next. Alternating paths. This is, in this we have to use bipartite graphs, which is simple. Yep, simply that. This one. Cool. Tutorial. We could iterate through the number of we could iterate through the number from which the string was constructed before shuffling, but that would take too long. Yes, that would take too long. Instead, let's iterate through the sum of numbers of that number. It will be no greater than instead, let's iterate through the sum of the digits of that number. Okay, shit. What is the length of S? It is not here. Here. Maximum length of S is 10 power 5. Iterate through the sum of digits of that number. Okay. So we have our original number S, or like with shuffled numbers, which is comprised of different numbers, of one very big number, then a small number, then a small, and then a single digit number. So what could be the possible sum? Okay, instead of iterating through this big number, which could have a lot of values and will take very long, we are iterating through the possible values that this second number could have. And this second number can have at max, this second number can start from 1 and can go as high as the length of this s into 9, because we are just supposing, like in approximate measures, that this whole string s is that first number and all of them are 9. So 9 into length of s, which, and length of s at max is 10 power 5. So this is about 10, so from 1 to 10 power 6, which is doable. So we will run a loop which goes from 1 to 10 power 6, which are possible values at the second place for, let's say, x2, if this was x1, and dash dash xn is our last number. Okay. So when we do have a number like x2, we can, using that, pass it to a function and generate the rest of the string, right? We can do that. Yes, we can do that. Then we have two strings, original string s and let's say x dash, the string that we create using this x2 number. Now we need to compare are these two same or not, but the difference is this x dash string only contains this much of this original s string and potentially, so we don't know about this part. So what we need to check two things. One is, are all the things in s dash inside this is string, this s? So if we think of s and s dash as sets, in that case s has to be a superset of s dash. S has to be a superset of s dash and this part, the part only which only belongs to s and not to s dash, the sum of digits in this part should be equal to this x2 number that we currently are at. So we have an outer loop which runs 10 and 10 to the power 6 times, right? And this comparison process can also take very long shade. So we need something better. Uh, yes, because we do not want to go through shit, but also generating this x s dash string can take long, because at maximum our x2 number can become equal to 10 power 6, like this many digits could be there. And wait, no, it is not that this many digits is, there are going to be at max just 6 digits in this number. Shit. So the maximum number that we are going to get is going to have a length of 6, which we can easily convert into a s dash thing. Okay, 6 digits, add them, find the next number, add the digits of that, and do this till your number becomes a single digit number. Cool. So at max, we just have to check 6 digits which are in s dash, that they are also in s, and then the sum of the rest of the digits in s should be equal to this 6-digit number that we have, which we can easily find if we just have beforehand sum of all the digits in s and sum up this new 6-digit number and subtract this. No, shit, we don't have to subtract this. We have to subtract the sum d of s dash and subtract this, and this thing should be equal to the 6-digit number that we are at right now, which does not make a lot of sense, but okay, we will see. Hello, yes, competitive programming back. Cool. Okay, cool. We need a function int, yes, int sum. This takes in, wait, no, this takes in a string, and int res equal 0 for jar c in s res res plus equals c minus 0. Okay, and yep, and s sum equals sum s. Okay, Okay, and now a loop for int shit I equals 0, I smaller than. There is no n here. S dot size odium toggle run off codium. Okay, cool. This will go start from 1. Okay, now we do have a number which is I. Okay, when we have a number, we have to check, we have to get a new string. Okay, uh, this function returns a string called gen. This takes in a number I or n. We have a string res, right? Then we'll do while sum of n, while some is a number, not a string. We cannot do this. Cannot do this. Shit. We cannot do this. Shit. How do we convert a integer to a string? No matching conversion. Int to string C++ specifically. To string. Shit, there is a to string function. Okay. While the sum is greater than 9. While the sum is greater than 9, or this should probably be a do while loop. Res plus equals to string sum str equals to when n sum str, and here also used str is not available outside this scope. Right. First of all, just put a res there. To string n res plus equals str, and then n equals sum of str, and we have to convert sure. Cool. This thing returns, yeah, generates the correct string. Cool. So current equals generate with this number I. Right, generate with this number I. Current sum would be sum of this current number. Now two conditions have to be true. Boolean is sum okay would be if I equals sum sum minus current. Yes, and boolean current sum and subset. How do you check for subset? In which case using something other than a string would be okay, would be much better. So okay, and sub, let's say true, answer equals shade subset. How do we handle a subset? Multiset. Hello. I use template with too many shortcuts. Like, okay, that is crazy. And shit, I guess my internet went out. Oh, shit. Cool. This thing pop out. Yes, it is a bad, or but there are some very strong players who have a lot of big template. Like I think there is a person named Burnt Chicken whose template is very big. He has a shortcut for a lot of things, but I like this very minimalistic template. Nothing, just basic two declarations and a main function which keeps running for the number of test cases. This is cool. Sum okay and sub subset. We have to have a subset in C++. How do we check for subsets in C++? Subsets of a given array. Checking if one array is a subset of the other. Language subsets. How to check subsets in C++? Because manual subset checking is very long. Built-in algorithms includes for sorted ranges. Most efficient standard way for checking subset is includes algorithm from this complexity n plus m, where n and m are the sum. Wait, maybe we don't have to check for a subset. If our sum is okay, I guess we don't have to check for a subset. If our sum is okay, what is the only possible case when our sum is okay? It is the correct case, right? If our sum is okay, I guess then it is okay. Okay, let's assume that if the sum is okay, then everything is okay. And hello, use gospel trick or bit manipulation. You can also use backtracking or create a subset and add set and a copy. Wait, I don't know the gospel trick, which is sounds pretty like religious. Gospel trick, gospel hack, magic trick. Shit, oh, that is some piano thing. Uh, coding for Christ. Shit, is this like a thing that only you know? Trick yourself into coding, lead code. Shit. Gospel language. Gospel is a language. That would be crazy if you are telling me to like take inspiration from a language, from a different language, which is cool, but the name of the language is crazy. Gospel, God object, anti-pattern. Shit is an object that knows too much or does too much. It's called a God object. That is crazy. God method. The method that does everything. God method. Naming is crazy here. My bad. But let's assume if this some part is okay, then everything is okay. And if this some part is okay, then all we have to do is put this uh, C sum string at the end, and all the rest of the strings should go, or all the rest of the characters should go at the start of answer. Okay, so for char C in S, if includes, if includes what first, no information available for includes. Okay, if S or if C sum includes C. Should I guess both of them have to be a string? Yes, I guess both of them have to be a string. But this might be a bit too manual. Includes C++. Shit. Includes algorithm. Yep. Shit. This takes begins and ends V1 and V2. Is in string C++. Dot find or dot index dot contains is a method we can use. Modern or dot find. Shit, yes, I just keep forgetting these things. Most common is dot find. Find ns or c some dot begin and end, or we could use ranges here. This is also fine. C some dot end. C sum is an integer. And here find C. If this thing is not equal to end of string, also auto it equals this. it is not equal to cur dot end put. In that case, if this thing is not there, then answer plus equals C. Else, do not put it there right now, and also go to it and make it equal to null. That is cool. Or maybe, yeah, 1, because no, 0 is cool. 0 is okay. Is 0 or hyphen? Yes, hyphen is okay. Make it equal to hyphen, and after the for loop, answer plus equals, and let's see. Okay, wrong answer for everything. It spelling mistake. Gospel's trick is a highly efficient bit manipulation technique. You can add an element in subset, to get a new subset, and also add previous set. In this way, we can find all the subsets. Wait, uh, we do not need to find all the subsets. Spelling mistake. Gospel's hack. Spelling. Shit. Gosper. Okay, shit. Okay, shit. I'm too dumb. Okay, I messed up. I closed the browser. Just too much power with all these keys. Wait. What is the plan after this? Like, after what? After this, right now the plan is just to get on track with competitive programming again and get better at development. Okay, this should have worked, but it is not working. Go through all the characters in C, in S, and shit, yes, do not do this in, yes, do this in CUR. Correct. We should actually be seeing hyphen, but we do not see hyphen. If some, okay, is some like never, okay. Some legit is never, okay. We never go into this statement, which is crazy. 12. Let's see. One of our function is misbehaving. Current I. Four, and we just exit out. Shit. 1E6. equal to 1 or less than 1/6 is fine. Original cur, and here add original. Okay, 9. What do we see? 9 was 9. Okay, so hello. For this, there is yes, 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 yes. Like yes. Before reading the rest of the response, I just realized yes, there is no need for subset here, since we know that the characters we have is are characters from 0 to 9, so we can legit just have two lists, one or two maps. One would be for the original SS string, where the key would be numbers from 0 to 9 and the value would be their count, or we don't even have to have a map. We can have a simple array list of 9 length, where at index 0 would be how many times we have seen 0. I guess that is what you said. If we know sum of digits, then we can find remaining digits of sequence. If we know sum of digits, then we can find remaining digits of the sequence. Now, first level of sum of digits, we can find remaining digits. Then we can take the rec map to see what resources to use. The resources are just code forces for code forces and CSES for problems, and for theory there is CP handbook, which is pretty cool. There is Ericto, who is pretty cool. That is not Eric. That is his AI image, but his name is Kamil Debowski. That is his real name. He is Ericto on YouTube. You can watch him. And there is Intro to Algorithms book, CLRS. This book. These are for theory. These are pretty cool resources. Is this original string? No problem is how to find or guess first string sum. We can take we also note that sum of the digits of all terms equal to sum of the first sum plus sum of the remaining. Yes, sum of digits of all term is sum of the first level first sum and sum of the digits or sum of the rest of the digits. So like since we are iterating through the second digit, we can call it a second number, we can call it x2. Originally we have the whole thing, we don't know this x1, we don't know this, but using this x2 we can have or generate this rest of the string, which we are calling current s cs, and this whole s, and let's say we sum up the digits in s, and from this we subtract the sum of digits in cs. Then we should get the sum of digits in x1, not x1 itself. Shit. Is that what you said? Shit. Sum of the first level sum. Yep. Sum of the remaining digits. Yep. So the first level sum, like 12 is the next number. Sum of 75. We can find the, if we know that 12 is, yep. Wait, if we know that sum 12, no, that is the thing. We do not know 75, because if we were to get, what we are doing is we calculate this sum once, and then just calculating the sum of CS is very easy at the time, because at max this thing is going to be like 10 digit long. This is not even going to be 10 digits long. This is going to be smaller than 10, but yep, something like this. And sum and s is not very efficient to be calculated every time, because s can have 10 to the power 5 digits, which is a lot of digits. What we can pre-calculate is sum of the digits in s, and this and that would give us, like we have x2, that would give us x2, shit, which is what we are checking for. That would give us sum of x1, which is x2, and which is what we are checking for here. Like sum okay is if I, which is like x2 in this case, equals total sum minus current sum. Here sum is okay. Now we just have to make sure that the subset part is all right. Subset part, sum fits correctly. Second would be subset fits correctly. And like I didn't understand like what you meant by this. You wrote this. I didn't understand this. But I am going to here make a vector is fine. Shit. I forgot, how do we make a list which is not a vector? My shit. It is easy. And this of 8 characters. Can we do this? 10 characters. Can we give size like this? Original count. How to declare? How do I not know this? Guess equals end. How do I not know this? How to declare a list of certain size in C++, or list or array, not list. Shit, this thing comes after end count 10. There are going to be 10 numbers, and then iterate over s. End or char c in s cnt bracket c minus 0 plus plus. And I guess if we do this, then all of these values are initialized to 0, and then it is okay to just do this plus plus here. My bad. Is subset. Now we have to check for is subset or not. And this feels like too much work somehow. This takes in a string and tells if it is a subset of the original one or not. And yes, if it is, and also the sum matches, then everything is okay. And cnt size 10 is pool to initialize here so that we are using the same one again and again. Or it is okay to do it here also. Yep. And then this same loop PCNT, and here for int I equals 0, I smaller than 10, I plus plus, if at any point CNT I is greater than CNT I, then return false. Cool. Okay. And here bool sub okay would be is subset takes in S. If sum is okay and also sub okay, we don't have to call them here like this. Okay. Sum okay is okay to be called here, and is subset takes in the current string which is CUR. Wrong answer, wrong answer, wrong answer. 111. This thing says 111. Okay. We can check using brute force, and since next last few sequences less than this, so brute force may work as it is almost 20 digits long. Yes. So this we are brute forcing to find x2, and then for each x2 we find yep, next of the terms, and forming remaining frequency map we find that term x1 and some check it equal to x2. Yes, yes, this is essentially the thing, but instead of finding x1, because finding x1, wait, shit, finding x1 is can be easily achieved without using if we are using this thing, if we are using a list, then finding x1 is pretty easy. Shit, we can just find out x1, yep, and then sum up. Cool. Is str okay, let's say, is a function. We create this, right? X1 sum of x1 is like, you are correct. Now we are going to find x1, and x1 is written false, else this also takes in the sum, which is just the current sum, is str okay, takes in current string and the current sum, and if not this, int x1 sum If yes, if we have enough of this, then current sum plus equals the syntax looks better. uh, Plus equals the difference in the frequency, which will be CNTI minus CNTI into I. That is how many times we have this thing. And at the end, if C sum equals SM, then yep, return true, else return false. Okay, that should be it. And this part we are constructing the correct string. See out original with okay 27 why was 12 not right? This is a function here to print a vector. Shit, yes, here we have to reinitialize this CNT for and I equals 0, I smaller than n smaller than 10, I plus plus CNT I equals 0, and then fill up CNT I. Twenty-seven. 12 should return like true here. Is str okay? Is some maybe this is not initializing the list to its 0 values. Let's see. Does this in C++? Shit, we are not even giving. Oh, shit. Wait, no. This is C sum. That is okay. This is the questionable thing. Does this in C++ initialize this CCNT array with 0 values? like each element equal to 0. Initialize all the 10 elements to 0. Okay, this is the value initializer. Okay. CNT minus CNT I compile, run this. We have just one test case where the string is 12, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 3. Five, we see five, C7 is 5. One test case, 1, 2, and 3. 5 was not okay. 3 was okay, and then we saw 3. Okay. One test case which has 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. 9 was okay. 12 should have been okay, but it was not. Compile one test case 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. Why 27? 27 does not even make sense. Shit, 27 does not make sense. Legit, it does not make sense. One test case 7, 5, 12, 3. 7, 5, 12, and 3. 27. I equals 0. Gen I. We give. How are we even? First of all, how are we getting to 27? 7, 5, 12, and 3. Because to get to 27, we have to go through 27 digits here, 27 numbers here, which we have not gone through clearly. And then gen I is not working correctly. Whereas get this string. Cout n equals res space. 175, 12. 1 gave 1, 2 gave 2. Yes, yes, yes. 9 gave this. And then 1 gave 1, 0, which is wrong. How are we even at 1 again? Because we are getting the last value here. In this case, 75, 12, 3. Okay, yes. 10 should give 101, not this. Let's say n is 10, we add 10, right? And we get 1, which is wrong, and 11 we would get this. While this thing is true, and n equals sum of str. Shit, this is the same problem again. 410, 10, we would still get just 10, 10. Okay. So here we can check if seven, 5, 1, 2, 3. If n is greater than 9, address plus equals a string, date n. Okay. Shit. In this case, 75, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Crazy stuff. 5, 6. And the sum of these numbers is 38. Okay, shit, this is stuck somehow. Hello. Okay, I guess somehow a lot of RAM is being used. So I solved two 1200 rated. That is pretty cool. Took a few hours. That is fine. This is taking me 1 hour and 30 minutes. Even though I apparently know how to solve this, this is still taking me this long to read the tutorial. No clue how to do. How do people even? Yep, you will get better. I think you don't have to act all that surprise in people solving these problems in minutes because you are very good at chess. So you can you have at least a perspective from the other side where you are able to look at a chess position and find one of the best moves. So, but a normal person like me who is not very good at chess, I am not able to do it just by looking at a position. So yeah, similarly, you will get better at CP. Get on right now. Let's go. Will you reply my message? I went off stream. Yes, I did. I think it feels like whenever I learn about a. Yep, that is a good point. It feels like whenever I learn about a question that was out of my league or I couldn't solve it, the solution seems way too specific. It is unlikely that specific ideas will ever show up again. Yes, sometimes the things are way too specific, but it is, yes, they might seem way too specific, but I don't know. Your subconscious somehow figures out some correlation between these differing specific points, differing different specific solutions, and then your subconscious is able to figure out what you should do in this new very specific problem. Shit, I guess you have to stop saying this, then only you can make progress. Like, don't try Charles Bukowski kind of thing. You seem too specific. Yeah, it will get better. Mm. It is just your subconscious mind who does the real thing, and shit. Okay, what is this? 3660. Probably. Shit. 3600 plus 360, which is 3960. Shit. Programming, competitive programming. I'm right now like not in the right mindset to solve these, but okay. Okay. One, shit. No, stop, because this is going to go way out of proportion. Okay, first of all, is our this gen function working all right? If we were to pass, let's say, yeah, cool, C out, net options, tab space, make it 4, make it 8. Shit, this is not 8. 8, 8, that is 8. C out, tt, like, yes, the number, then space, and then gen, tt, generate what we get with this. So if you were to say 10, not after this, compile 10. For 10 we do get 10, which is now correct, which is correct. Under how much does number of problem solved once correlate with rating? It does. Is it possible to download this data from Codeforce and plot it across a graph? I There are APIs in Codeforces you can use for different things. Here is this API section, and there are, yeah, multiple APIs. I think there is a API you can use to get a user's number of problems solved, because that data is used by plugins to show your stuff. Yes, given a person's username, you can find their rating, their current rating, and also the number of problems that they have solved. So yes, but then how do you get all the usernames? Is If there is also a API in Codeforces which you can use to find out all the users, all the usernames, current usernames on Codeforces, then that is pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. That would be a very big data. Return objects, user methods. Yes, user info, I guess, user rating, stuff like this, and return all. User dot rating. Yeah, you can use this. Okay, cool. Now back to this. So we are generating the correct string here. Okay, sum is also right. Yes, so CUR and sum both are right. Right. This thing will not even do anything. Yes, string, let's say str 75123 or we could manually say CNT 0 appears 0 times, 1 appears 1 time, 1 equals 2 equals CNT 3 also appears there 1 time, 5 equals CNT 7, which all equal to 1. Now what is the output of is str okay with the string being 12 and the sum shit. What is the sum that we are passing? Sum of CUR, okay, which is 15. Okay, 15. What is 15? 15 is C sum. 15 is C sum. C out and C out I. C out I. Right, we will, yeah. C out I and CNT I. How many times we see I? We see 0 0 times, 1 1 time, 2 what is X? One test case 75123 empty. Shit. C out I. One CNT2 equals CNT3 equals CNT5 equals CNT7. Right, and C out is CR, okay, where this string is 1 2 3, yes, The sum of these is this, and the original number is 12. 0, 0, 0, and then we exit. Okay, false. We see false at 1. Why do we see false at 1? Hello. Yep. College. I'll get my IP blocked if I request too many APIs. Yes. Yes. Maybe they might block by IP. I mean, they will have some DDoS attack failsafe thing here, but yeah. Shit. But also there. Okay, shit. Something that you can do is uh, there these extensions like this caret extension. When you go to a contest and you just like go to a contest standings, and here this takes time. Now you will see something, some stuff, shit, which you do not see. That caret extension gets like what should be the rating of this person here after this contest. So for that I think from the URL that extension can get the ID of the contest and look at all the players who are solving, like who have given this contest. There might be a API using which you can figure out, or you can see all the username of all the players who have given contest. So now you have a way to get all the usernames, not all, but a lot of the usernames. And shit, given a contest ID, you can, yep, here, given a contest ID, you can find out all the users who gave that contest. Now you have a list of usernames. Given a username, you can find out their rating and the number of problems that they have solved, two things. And you can generate some data out of this. And also, since these contest IDs are just numbers, you can go from 1 to 2010, 2210, which is crazy. Your performance is as well as rating change predict. Yep, performance and the rating change that will potentially be there. So shit, you can do something like this, but yep, the only limitation would be maybe you might be hitting Codeforce's API a lot and they might do something. And I guess that is one of the reasons that their website is down. A lot of people are just hitting their API. So I guess they should have two backend servers, one for this normal front end and one for handling all the AP, all the separate data API stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, this thing is returning false with a capital A. Not anymore. why is 1 not there? Because you clearly see that equals 1. Okay, that was stupid. Cool. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 7 plus 5 should be 12. 7 plus 5 should be 12. Is a string. Okay. See out current sum. It is 12. This thing is 12. Yes, cool. If we see true, which we do, then we are at a better place. One test case 7 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 at the end is okay, but before that, the part before 1 2 3 is messed up. Here, see how is that is cool. Original is 1 2 3, which is cool. And here when we see 7 or 5, if that thing is equal to that, and if it is not, okay, one test case 7 5 1 2 3 7 5 1 2 3, which is crazy. Okay, this is okay. This one is a bit messed up, and this is also a bit messed up. Shit, this is okay. This is okay. There is no problem with this because we have 16 and 7 as the last one. The only cases when we are messing up are the ones here. One, when our string is single digit long, in that case, that string is the answer. Like, no problem with that. But is it? If hmm, in case of size 1, that is handled, and if an is 0 equals a legit 0, we cannot start with a 0. So what we will do is as 1 shit and ans dot size greater than 1, and ans, we just have to swap these two things. How do we swap two characters without using a temporary character? We can use XOR, which is a fancy way to do this. Or you're suggesting I use the same API that the extension uses for the getting the data. No, extension is probably also using the code forces API listed here. I talked about the extension because extension is also getting a lot of data. So it is not like a problem for code forces to give you so much data. So yeah, it is like cool. In this case, answer 0, XOR answer 1. There is also the swap function which we could use. Answer 0, answer 1. This would work, but no. Answer 0 and answer 1. Cool. Then answer 1 equals, or with XOR equals answer 0, and then answer 0 with XOR equals answer 1. Now these two numbers are swapped. Shit, stop. Run and let's go. Everything is okay. Everything is like perfectly done. Cool. And this did take a lot of time. I'll ask Claude for help. Yes. Cool. This took 1 hour 56 minutes. And we don't know if this is okay or not okay. Unokay. It is unokay. Shit. I will not look at the test case when this is unokay. We will continue this stream tomorrow. Users dot rated list returns all the usernames with their shit. Okay, that is very good. You can use this and then find their individual like number of problems that they have solved. API limit for CF is 1 request per 2 seconds. So you can just let it run overnight for 10 hours, let's say. If you do sleep for 10 hours, I don't know. So like 10 hours, 60 minutes, 600 minutes into 60, 3,600, shit, 36,000. You will get 36,000 data points in 10 hours. Shit, no, half of it, 18,000 data points, which is cool. 18,000 data points, but you would have to keep your program running for 10 hours straight, which is not a big deal. You can just start it in your terminal and it's like not stop it. That would be cool. You can make a CSV and yeah, you can make a CSV out of it. And also this would be it for today. We didn't solve any problem, but our goal is not to get into the CF mode right now. It might take a few days, but yeah, we will get there. Cool. And that would be it for today. Thank you for being here.